Alright, guys, welcome to Dude Talks About Stuff. This is where we get to talk about stuff that's not the news. Excuse me, I gotta close my door, I forgot. Alright, so one of the things, too, that we are gonna be doing, well, today's just gonna be me talking. Again, that's usually what Dude Talks About Stuff's gonna be, is just me talking. So, last episode, I basically gave you guys an update on what the channel's going to look like. I didn't get a chance to organize Dude Reads the News today because I ended up going to my grandma's to help her clean her yard. And I got a new cat. So, I don't know how it happened. She conned me good. But her name is Alice Cheshire. She is out currently with the other animals, learning how to be with them. She's in a kennel, separated and stuff. I think there's some videos on my shorts if you want to check them out. Yeah, so I also adjusted the room a little bit and cleaned it, the litter box, and did some other chores and things like that. But I am doing a physical rest day from any physical activity in terms of like working out and exercising. I do plan on doing maybe Dude practices the guitar, right? Nothing too crazy. Again, it's the same thing I've been working on for the last couple days. I'm relearning the guitar and figuring out where I can yeah. It's practicing because even in high school I didn't practice often enough. But there was a moment there where I was kind of good, better than not good. But I don't learn other people's songs, so that's probably something that affects my ability more than I realize. Yeah. There's some things that I need to practice, like some fingering techniques. Lady, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I need to work on those techniques for the fretting. Where is the MIDI keyboard? It's up there. I could also try doing the MIDI keyboard. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. But we'll make a whole video on that, right? Of me practicing, or it'll be like uncut practice for like 20 minutes. Again, this is meant for me to just kind of blog and vlog or whatever, right? And just kind of share what I'm doing. I have... I'm catching up on Ironheart. I've been distracted, so I've got to go back a couple episodes. I finished Mad Unicorn. I started watching the Beetlejuice movie last night. It's alright. I don't even remember the original Beetlejuice as in like watching this, so I'm just like, maybe I should go back and rewatch that so that way I can even like have an idea of kind of what's going on. I don't remember too much from that movie. Sorry, my hair is terrible. It's very thin. Yeah. So, ooh, this one's really hard. I should plan this stuff ahead of time, but also, stream of consciousness seems to be pretty fun. Huh. Oh. I got this thing for my phone, and it doesn't really work too well that I can tell. I thought I had it working, but I don't know. I've got to figure that out. This would be so much easier if I had like somebody to do the podcast with, or this vlog with. Oh, one of the things that happened today is the big beautiful bill passed. So it passed the House, as we were talking about on Dude Reads the News. It had passed the Senate. It needed to go back to the House. They had the nays, and then 5 Republicans flipped, I guess, or all the Republicans flipped and voted yes. I have a crick in my neck, dude. I wonder. I gotta figure out how to actually like get rid of that, because that doesn't look healthy. What does that? It's probably my sleeping. Whew. Dude massages his neck. Yeah, there's that, and then there's Alligator Alcatraz that finally opened or whatever. That's leaking already and insane. Yeah, see, this is me holding myself straight at the camera, and there's a clear, like, angle to my head. Because if I hold it here, it's like I actually have to strain over here. I just need to start stretching, I think. I think it's a stretch issue. Oh. But yeah. Or I guess maybe my brain's just so big, I've got to try to keep it held up. So yeah, Alice Cheshire is the name of the kitten. She's just a gray and tan tabby. Her and Oliver were hanging out this morning, and they weren't really getting along too well. So I've got her in a kennel out there in the living space, and she's getting to watch the husky Ragnar and Oliver play, and me play with them, and kind of get an idea that it's okay and that it's a safe spot. But I think I kind of rushed the introduction a little bit, because they were having a fight for sure. But we slowed it down. We've got them separated but together, and we're kind of just observing at this point. Ragnar did his normal walk. He's doing fine. He's bouncing up and down on it. Oh, we had rain last night, so I didn't have to water my plants this morning. And it's not going to be really hot, so they're probably not going to wither too much today, thankfully. I think we're going to have a real good bounce back, hopefully, because it's going to go back up to normal here in a couple days. It's time to shave the neck. Oh, I've been playing Guardians of the Galaxy, as you saw in Dude Plays, which is going to be the new gaming show. So whatever game I feel like playing that day, or if I feel like switching games like while I'm playing, it's going to just be called Dude Plays, and then whatever ends up being played. And I don't know when I'll be jumping back on Stardew Valley. It tends to get a little involved. Not saying that I don't want to play it, but now that I'm doing it as Dude Plays, I know that I can do it for multiple days at a time and be fine. But I've been really enjoying the Guardians of the Galaxy game, and I've been wanting to play it, and I needed to limit myself on the videos that I'm making and the kind of videos that I'm making. And yeah. So the garden videos will most likely start probably at the beginning of the next year, whatever that is, if we're still around. Because there's a good chance that who knows what's going to happen now that this bill passed, right? But I can still plan for the future and figure that out as we go. I'm happy that at least the 2 senators in my state voted nay, at least from what I could see when I looked it up. I don't know how our representatives voted, or if we had any representatives, because I know that we're doing some campaigning right now, and there's some elections coming up. So let me take a look here. Big Ketchum Supercut. Oh yeah, what was I looking up? How did the AZ representatives vote on the big, beautiful bill? So it looks like our representatives voted yes, though. All of Arizona's Republican congressmen voted to pass a budget bill backed by President Donald Trump, again ushering through a package that had bitterly divided their coalition. I feel like they should be Arizona representatives first, and then Democrats and Republicans second. In the end, only 2 House Republicans voted against the budget bill. But this isn't Dude Reads the News, so we're not going to go too into it. But yeah, looks like our House representatives are dicks, but our Senate representatives did fine. They all both voted nay. Insane, man. Insane. Like, here's hoping that most people didn't truly understand what the bill was saying and that we're not gonna, get shit on, but they're probably right. Everybody who's an expert on this thing is probably being honest when they're saying that we're gonna get fucked by this. And I'm realistically expecting that, hoping that something else happens, but I highly doubt that we're gonna get a last minute, save, especially after he just took away the power from the federal judges. So unless all the federal judges finally come together and be like, let's do it. But anyway, does anybody use Letterbox? Because that was something that I was looking at starting. Because it's like you can rate and describe how you felt about movies and stuff. But I also wanted to make a well, dude talks about stuff could also be like dude talks about movies. Kind of want to watch the Hunger Games. not, not because because of what's happening, but also because Sunrise on the Reaping. But again, it's hard to get excited about things, right? Because you're like, well, the war, who knows what it's gonna look like. It's not even that it's like I'm scared of what's gonna happen. It's just I don't know what's gonna happen. Not realistically, I just know what other people are saying is gonna happen. So I would love to know exactly what's happening, so that way I know what to do. But that kind of information is pretty hard. To find. I'll probably do some more research tonight and figure out how I really feel about it. But yeah, this is Dude Talks About Stuff. I don't know if I want to keep rambling. I have an idea. Let's I'll share you one. I'll share one of the Oh, here's a journal entry that I wrote for yesterday. So I'll read that. It was basically July 2nd, 2025. Today started with a morning garden check, feeding Oliver and walking Ragnar. I then proceeded to make my smoothie and do some morning workouts. I attempted an episode of Dude Reads the News, however, recording failed and new shows were invented during that time. Like Dude Reads the News, which is already a show, but I put it anyway. Dude Talks About Stuff. And Dude Plays, we saw that. Dude Exercises, yet to come. And Dude Cooks, yet to come. Not all will be in production to start with. Goals is... These are personal, so I'm not going to really share these. I'll share 2 of them. Is basically 3 to 5 shorts a day and 2 to 3 videos a day is what I'm aiming for. As long as I hit those, I can consider myself being productive, even though it's not really. But there's a couple on there that are personal that hopefully I'll be able to achieve. Um, but yeah, I think this is a good place to end to talks about stuff, because again, these videos don't really need to be like 30 minutes to an hour if it's just me chit chatting, right? Because there's no point in that. If anybody here plays Pokemon Unite, let me know in the comments, because that game is fun and we could possibly play. Not really. I wouldn't play. I like playing solo. I don't like teaming up. But let me know if you play though, because I like to also like exchange ideas and tips about how to make a character, build the character and the emblems and stuff. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end. Dude talks about stuff for today. Thank you guys.